What I want to kind of cover is how I came to where I am, how I'm running for office, and kind of how we can get other people inspired to do the same, or to come up with us or start volunteering or start getting involved again. I was raised as a Rush baby Republican, so I've known Rush Limbaugh's voice probably before I knew my own dad's voice with how much he was on the radio. So it wasn't a surprise. By first grade, I was the only kid who voted for George H.W. Bush in our class election. In high school, I was contrarian, always giving the other side of the issues when everybody else was kind of going along with the feel-good liberal causes and all the easy answers of just giving people things. I like to think critically and try to find different answers that worked for everyone as a whole. So that has grown in me. I've been sharpening that skill for years, and it's something where I've always been behind the scenes. And it finally came to where anytime I talk about politics, I enjoyed it. I've always had friends who were Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and people would tell me I should run for office. And I used to always say I could never do it, my skin isn't thick enough. And they would just smile and nod and go, yeah, I get it, it sucks, and people are hard on you. But it wasn't until my aunt said, if you don't have thick skin, then get some calluses. So for the last 5 years, all I've been doing is putting myself out there in ways that I get attacked, and in ways doing things that are scary and difficult, things that I knew I've always wanted to do, but I was too scared to. And all of that prepared me so that now I can run for office and I can have a loud voice and I can say these bold things and not be the most popular person in the room, but be truthful and be honest and be clear about what really needs to happen. So the reason I decided to run for office then is because, similar to how the Tea Party was in 2008, I, again, have always been a part of the Republican Party. I have a lot of friends here. I enjoy the principles. I love everything it stands for. But I see it deviating too far from where it should be. So in 2008, the Tea Party stood up. Now we have a lot of liberty conservatives. So I joined the Liberty Caucus of the Republican Party. And I started talking to people who have an issue with how much our debt is going up, how much our deficit just jumped again, how we're not doing balanced budgets and we're caving into a lot of causes that that sound good at the time and don't actually do a lot for the group as a whole. So rather than sit around and complain, and since my voice is getting louder, and since I had built up these calluses, I thought I should do something. So that's where I ended up here. The Tea Party absolutely inspired me. It was the first place where I said, you can still be a part of the party, you can still believe in the principles and know that the good heart is there, but you can stand up and make a change. And standing up to your friends is almost harder than standing up to your enemies. So really being bold and saying those loud things and going against people you admire so much has been something that's really difficult and really cost a lot of the calluses I got, but also something that's brought me a lot of return and people who say I inspired them or I made them think about something differently. Because it's not always right away. No one will admit right away that you changed their mind in that one day. But what it'll do is plant a seed where they can create their own ideas. And again, that's what the Tea Party does. That's what the Republican Party wants to do. We're not interested in sound bites. We're not interested in the quick fixes. We want to plant seeds of change so that they're deeply rooted and that they can grow into huge trees, huge ideas, and huge changes for the future. So that's my goal in running for office. I appreciate you guys all being here and supporting me in that, and everybody else who's here. So I look forward to hearing from everyone else. Thank you so much.